The year was 1872, and the Atlantic Ocean held a secret that would haunt maritime history forever. A ship drifted silently through the waves, its sails billowing in the wind, cargo intact, but not a single soul aboard. What happened to the 10 people who vanished without a trace from the Mary Celeste remains one of the sea's greatest mysteries. On December 4th, 1872, Captain David Morehouse of the merchant vessel Dei Gratia spotted something unusual on the horizon. A brigantine was sailing erratically between Portugal and the Azores, roughly 400 miles east of Gibraltar. As his ship drew closer, Morehouse recognized the vessel immediately. It was the Mary Celeste, commanded by his old friend, Benjamin Briggs. But something was terribly wrong. The ship appeared to be sailing itself. No crew members were visible on deck. No response came when Morehouse's men called out across the water. The Mary Celeste moved like a ghost ship, guided only by the wind and currents. Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs had departed New York Harbor just 1 month earlier, on November 7, 1872. The 37-year-old experienced mariner commanded a crew of 7 men and carried precious cargo, 1,701 barrels of denatured alcohol, bound for Genoa, Italy. But this wasn't just a business voyage for Briggs. His wife Sarah and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia, had joined him for what was meant to be a family adventure across the Atlantic. The Mary Celeste itself was no stranger to misfortune. Built in 1861 on Spencer's Island in Nova Scotia, the 282-ton brigantine had originally been christened the Amazon. During its maiden voyage, the captain fell ill and died. The ship then collided with fishing equipment, ran aground, and caught fire during repairs. Sailors began calling it cursed, and the vessel changed hands multiple times before being rebuilt and renamed the Mary Celeste in 1868. When Morehouse's boarding party cautiously climbed aboard the abandoned vessel, they discovered a scene that defied explanation. The ship's cargo was intact and secure. Personal belongings remained undisturbed in the cabins. Captain Briggs' logbook lay open, with the last entry dated November 25th, 9 days earlier, placing the ship near the island of Santa Maria in the Azores. But the evidence of sudden departure was everywhere. The ship's only lifeboat was missing, along with the navigation instruments and ship's papers. A sword was found beneath Captain Briggs' bed, its blade stained with what appeared to be blood, though later analysis proved inconclusive. Most mysteriously, 9 of the alcohol barrels in the cargo hold were empty, their contents having somehow evaporated or been removed. The galley showed signs of a meal in preparation that was never finished. Sarah Briggs' sewing machine sat with fabric still threaded through it. Sophia's toys were scattered in their cabin. It was as if the entire crew and passengers had simply vanished mid-activity, leaving behind a perfectly preserved moment in time. Gibraltar's Admiralty Court convened to investigate the mystery. Pirates were ruled out immediately, as nothing valuable had been taken. The cargo of denatured alcohol, worth over $35,000, remained largely untouched. No signs of violence or struggle were found anywhere on the ship. Weather reports from the area showed no severe storms that might have forced an emergency evacuation. Theories emerged like waves against a rocky shore. Some suggested the crew had been poisoned by alcohol fumes from the damaged barrels, causing them to hallucinate and abandon ship in a panic. Others proposed that Captain Briggs fearing an explosion from the volatile cargo, ordered everyone into the lifeboat with a rope still attached to the Mary Celeste. Perhaps the rope snapped, leaving them adrift while the ship sailed away. More sinister theories painted Captain Morehouse as a conspirator. Some claimed he and Briggs had planned insurance fraud, though their friendship and Morehouse's impeccable reputation made this unlikely. The court ultimately awarded Morehouse and his crew salvage rights, but the amount was suspiciously low, suggesting official skepticism about their story. The most chilling theory involved seaquakes. Underwater earthquakes in the area might have created the illusion that the ship was breaking apart, terrifying the crew into abandoning what they believed was a sinking vessel. The Mary Celeste's shallow draft could have allowed it to ride over seismic waves that seemed catastrophic from deck level. As years passed, the Mary Celeste continued sailing under different owners, but its reputation as a cursed ship followed like a shadow. Captains reported strange occurrences, unexplained accidents, and an unsettling atmosphere aboard the vessel. The ship's final chapter came in 1885, when its last owner, hoping to collect insurance money, deliberately ran it aground on a reef near Haiti. Even in destruction, the Mary Celeste resisted, taking 3 attempts before finally breaking apart on the coral. Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, daughter Sophia, and the 7 crew members were never seen again. No wreckage from their lifeboat was ever found. No bodies ever washed ashore. They simply disappeared into the vast Atlantic, leaving behind only questions and the ghost ship that carries their memory. The Mary Celeste reminds us that even in our modern age of GPS and satellite communication, the ocean guards its secrets jealously. Somewhere beneath those dark waters lies the truth about 10 souls who vanished between one heartbeat and the next, leaving behind only an empty ship and a mystery that refuses to die.